Hey, what's up, YouTube? So, I just completed the challenge of Valor, and I'm going to get my prize right now. Back in Fort Tarsus. On way to the Wall of Valor. Excuse me. Look at these people. They're having so much fun. I have such a happy little fort. Oh, look at this guy. He's just staring at the water for like 2 weeks straight. Okay, here we go. Let's listen in.
You've walked the path of valor. By now, I suppose that's not really a surprise. It's time to tell you how the freelancers began. Medeiros was raised by the Legion of Dawn. He witnessed Tarsus testing the first javelin. He was at the general's side when the fortress was built, earned his own javelin, and fought beside her, even at the Battle of Anthem Pass. Of the company that stood with Tarsus and held back the Urgoth, only Medeiros survived.
I didn't know anyone survived the Battle of Anthem Pass.
It's easy to forget, since most stories focus on the general's death. In grief, the Legion tore itself in two. Half went with Magnus Strahl, half with Arden Vasa, and one legionnaire who went with no one. Medeiros stayed at the Fortress of Dawn, even though the gates were sealed and the Lancers gone for good.
You said the story was about freelancers. None of us were at the Fortress of Dawn.
Of course not. It was locked up tight. Alone in the courtyard, Medeiros heard a distant roar.
Okay, that's better.
It was a sound he remembered, for it haunted his dreams. The roar of the chimera Cindermore, the monster that stalked him long ago.
The same one. Who was still alive?
It vanished for more than a decade, but with the general's death, it returned.
This time, he faces it down and wins.
Not exactly. Alone, he stood no chance. But the city of Anshar lay helpless in its path. He had no choice. He found the Chimera's trail and followed it, not to the monster, but to its lair. For he knew that if he silenced the relic that created it, Cindermore would lose its power.
That's all great if the ruin was empty.
That was the problem, yes. Medeiros found the relic, though the monster was right beside it. But he had plenty of experience in laying false trails. Medeiros woke the chimera, and it chased his false tracks while he slipped past and silenced the relic. Cindermore fell, and the Lancer finally defeated the beast that stalked him long ago. In that moment, Medeiros knew his calling. To walk the path of valor, even if he walked it alone.
Wow, that was pretty interesting. Gotta talk to him again.
Of all the legionnaires, Magnus Strahl was the most renowned for her feats of strength. But it wasn't always so.
I've only ever heard about Strahl leaving the Legion. Nothing about what she did before.
Bastian likes to forget that she was ever a legionnaire. The Dominion, that she was flawed and human. But she was many things. Loyal and a deserter, ordinary and legendary. She came to the Legion of Dawn as a young girl. Her village was raided and everyone taken. Almost. She was so small she hid inside a basket. The Urgoth surely caught her scent, but they thought her too weak to bother taking.
I didn't think Urgoth ever left humans behind during their raids.
Stories say they sometimes left the weak, sickly, and elderly. Alone, unarmed, she followed the secret Arcanist signs to Sanctuary, where the rebels hid and plotted. There, Strahl begged Tarsus to let her join the Legion, to grant her vengeance. But the general refused. She said Magna wasn't ready. and sent her away. Strahl couldn't accept that. So she went out alone to fight the Urgoth.
Without a javelin? That's insane.
She set traps, ambushes. She poisoned spears and knives. Any small advantage she could take against a vastly superior enemy, she gladly took. She nearly died dozens of times, but vengeance drove her onward. And the Urgoth fell. She carried trophies to the sanctuary, day after day, week after week.
She fought even though the odds were against her.
That's what the Legion of Dawn was all about. Finally, General Tarsis spoke with her. "What do you want?" she asked. "I want to join the Legion of Dawn," Magna replied. Tarsis looked at her and asked, "Why? You already have your revenge." The general looked to the many, many Urgoth trophies Strahl fought for. At first, Strahl had no answer. Then, after a long moment, she said, "It's where I belong." To which Tarsis answered, "Then you're finally ready to join us."
So what happened? How did Strahl end up leaving the Legion and founding the Dominion?
That's a story for another time.
The time is now, my man.
What do you think you're doing? You're damaging those books. Stop that at once.
I need to mark my place.
Don't fold the pages. Use a bookmark like a civilized person.
Bookmarks fall out.
Are you juggling them? No? Then they'll be fine. Use a bookmark.
Well, as you can see, I got another challenge now. Here we go. Back at it again, guys. Look, all of this you got to do. I can do that, no problem. A couple days, maybe. Alright, guys, that's it. That is it right there. My next challenge on the wall, or challenge of the Legionnaires, is the challenge of might. I've accepted my challenge, and I shall succeed. Alright, guys. They said something else about something else being posted on the wall. Oh. Yeah, I already seen that. Alright, guys. Thanks for checking out the channel. As always, I appreciate it. Stay classy. Peace.